Hello everyone, Snickety here, coming from a good microphone for once. Today we're talking about Star Fox Zero, a game I've just been looking forward to ever since they announced it last year at E3. I was a huge Star Fox 64 fan when I was a kid. I still am. It's one of those games I can go back and just play. There was just something magical about that game. And the question is, does Zero capture the magic? Well, in my opinion, almost. But that's not to say it's not a good game, because it is. It's a very good game, actually.
Seen anything like that?
But it's hard not to make the comparisons to 64. And speaking of 64, this game is very similar in terms of story. It's pretty much a remake of that game with new controls and some prettier graphics.
Corneria is safe thanks to you, Star Fox. But there's no time to relax. An enemy fleet is approaching, and we need you on the front lines.
Understood.
Well, as you might have guessed, this game makes use of the Wii U's motion controls for lining up shots independently of where the R-Wing is facing. I'm not a fan of motion controls. In fact, I just remember a couple months back being annoyed by them in Gravity Rush Remastered, but here, I don't mind them. In fact, once you get used to them, they become pretty cool.
We've reached the heart of the enemy fleet.
The problem I have is the only way you're hitting anything is in the cockpit view, which is on the gamepad, but you can switch it to your main screen with the select button. In the cockpit view, your view is much more narrow and you're going to be getting shot a lot more by enemies.
Roger that.
So there's pros and cons for both, and there's also the annoyance of having to switch between them depending on the circumstances. Also different from 64 are the additions of new vehicles such as the Gyro Wing and the Walker. And I'm not a fan of either of them.
The Walker allows for more maneuverability in confined spaces.
The Walker works fine, and it's cool that you can switch between it and the R-Wing whenever you want, but my problem is that... just look at it. It's just... It looks silly. Look at it. Look, it looks like a chicken. Come on! You can't look cool fighting that thing. Fox McCloud is desperately trying to pull it off, but it's not working, Fox. It's just not working. As for the Gyro Wing, it has much more slower pace than the R-Wing. My biggest problem with it is that I'd rather just be playing as the R-Wing or the Landmaster instead. That's it really, more R-Wing and Landmaster, less Gyro Wing and Walker.
Analysis in progress. Monkey activated.
I was a little disappointed by the length too. A single playthrough might be longer than 64, but unlike that game, there aren't as many branching pathways.
Right.
I could use some help here, Fox.
Not you too, Fox.
Oh sure, there are a couple secret planets, but not like in 64 where the entire game can be completely different depending on which side of the map you take. So I can't really say it's as replayable as 64, but maybe it's a little too early to say. But then again, that's compared to 64. A really great game. If you have a Wii U, then you should definitely play this game, no question, it's a fantastic game. The action is fast-paced and frenetic, there's not a dull moment to be had. The difficulty is pretty high as well, actually. That really surprised me. I thought he would nerf the difficulty, as Nintendo tends to do lately, but no, this is just as hard as the 64 version. I like that they've recreated the same kind of cheesy lines from 64 too. This week has been the week of remakes of classic games that I loved as a kid, the other one being Ratchet & Clank, coming out and being pretty good.
How's the Landmaster, Fox?
Personally, I prefer the air.
While en route to planet Corneria, we received an urgent message from General Pepper.
Oh, this right here, this was Shakespeare to me as a child.
Andross's army appeared out of nowhere and launched a full-scale attack on our once peaceful capital. Now's our chance to honor my father's legacy and restore the Star Fox name. You hear that, Andross? We're coming for you!
So, Star Fox Zero Miedo. I give thee a 456 out of, I don't know, 737. I don't have a rating system, alright? Just buy the game. It's good.
Welcome back, Peppy.
Thanks, you guys.
Still alive, old-timer?
Take it easy. You're not a young bunny anymore.
This old hair ain't ready for retirement yet.